Hello everyone and Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you had a lovely festive season. Now I'm doing this video today, probably my last few videos I'm doing today in December. And that's going to be the next request video on my list, which is how the Life Path 3 is supported by a passion, by a motivation in the 9 energy. Now, as you know, it's the life path that is the most important number in your chart. It's the whole reason you're here. And it should be 90% your focus of your life purpose, with a sub-lesson of your birthday number added on, but that's another video. So what I'm going to focus on today is that most important number in your chart, which is that life path 3. And then we're going to talk about how your motivation, your passion and your desire sometimes helps but often will hinder you along your path, and how that knowledge of knowing what you're going to find easier to do and what you might need a bit of self-discipline with will help you along your path to achieving your life path 3. Now, as you know, your life path are your areas of development. They're your challenges to achieve in this lifetime. So your life path isn't something that's already a talent. It's something that you're working towards, something that you find difficult, and it is your main focus for development in this lifetime. So as a life path 3, you're here to learn to deal with your emotions, not only manage your emotions, but manage the emotions of others in a positive way. So you're here to learn to be positive with your verbal expression, to express authentic, passionate, positive emotion and creativity as a performer or artist or speaker or sports person, anything where you use your body, your words or your artistry to express yourself in a creative, emotional and passionate way. Many performers are life path 3s, or if they've already got the talent, they're expression number 3s. As a 3, you're here to learn to be a confident, emotional performer or speaker or creative artist in whatever medium that you choose. You're here to learn to be happy in front of an audience or being the centre of attention, and happy to enjoy the limelight of people listening to your creativity or watching your creativity. You've got to learn to be a bit more interdependent, because 3s can be a little bit, they don't like the routine of work and going out and getting jobs done. They prefer to work when they feel like it in their own creative space. So sometimes that can make them a little bit dependent, especially earlier in their lives. So 3s have got to learn to be able to create their own independence and be more interdependent in life, more of a doer, more of a courageous doer and an executor of ideas rather than a procrastinator. It's important for a 3 to listen to the guidance around them, and because they're such a spontaneous, creative nature, to learn to take responsibility for their actions or think before they act at times, but so that they don't create irresponsibility. You need to be a skilled networker, so the Life Path 3 demands a lot of social confidence, to be an opportunist, to be a networker, to speak to people that you might not know, to spread your creative message, or to promote or to network, or even to sell your creative projects, to be social, to be talkative and to be fun to be around. That's what you're developing towards as a Life Path 3. But in this video, we're not talking about your talents to support your life path 3. We're talking about your soul, your motivation, your drive. You can be good at something, you can have a purpose to do something, but if you don't want to do it, it can cause you a problem. So it's just as important as your expression or talent number in your chart. So when you're a 9, it's quite lucky, because 9s are you'd be passionately wanting to be creative. The 3, 6 and 9 are the creative numbers, and when you're a soul urge 9, it will give you that drive to be creative. You're motivated to develop strong intuitive wisdom, ideals, wanting to make the world a better place. You're very driven. You're a very driven humanitarian. You want to be very spiritual and trusting of faith over logic, trusting the soul within you, trusting the messages you get to and from source energy. You prefer to trust that over worldly logic. That's just something that you prefer to do. You're driven and you want to be ethical and responsible. You're not going to do anything that is irresponsible or unethical to another person, or you want to promote the well-being of others. You know, you're very, as I said, very humanitarian and very an influencer. You want to influence people towards their positive well-being. Very much a teacher, influencer, speaker, or a leader that wants to lead by their own example, by the way they live their life. For example, as a Soul Urge 9, you want to live a life that is an example to others. So if you promote compassion, it is in your nature, it is in your passion and drive to want to express that compassion to as many people as possible so that those people follow your example. You want to communicate and influence others by practicing your preached wisdom as a teacher or just a leader by example. You very much want to be able to counsel and advise people. And you have very entrepreneurial talents, but only entrepreneurial talents that market your passions. And as a Life Path 3, you're very much about learning to develop your creative passions. So developing that creative passion to support your Life Path 3, your Soul Urge number 9 motivation will drive you to push that creativity forward as an entrepreneur, as long as it's something that's really, really passionate and close to your heart. So let's break down the Life Path 3 into its elements, its lessons, its challenges, and see how the Soul Urge number 9 is going to react to that element. So as a 3, primarily, you're here to learn to express yourself verbally, as well as creatively, but here we're focusing on verbally, to inspire, inform, and delight. You know, you're very much an expresser, a doer, a performer, a creator, whether you create and perform with your body or your hands, or as an athlete or a dancer or an actor or an actress. You're using your body to create, to express yourself creatively and verbally in order to inspire your audience. But because it is your challenge, it's part of your life path to achieve, that infers that it's going to be a difficulty for you. And that many 3s, you included, if you're a Life Path 3, you may struggle in some way verbally, especially early in your life. Chronic shyness, speech delay, stutter, struggling to find the right words, or even struggling to know or have or be able to express the language needed in order to express yourself. This is a part of your challenge that you're meant to have and get over and get past. As a motivation in the energy of the 9, it means you love to speak eloquently and have people listen to you. You love to gain the attention of audiences and social groups because you want to teach, you want to influence, you want to pass wisdom to people. And this motivation, depending on your talent and what you would need to work on that, is really going to drive you to want to verbally express yourself to audiences. You're driven to help and advise with your wisdom and support as well. So that's going to really encourage you to want to express yourself verbally and not allow shyness or even stutter or speech delay or confidence issues to hold you back. So that's a good soul urge to have when you're struggling in the 3 energy to express yourself. So support your Life Path 3 by answering your drive to express your wisdom verbally, to inform and inspire and delight as many people as you can. You're here to learn to express yourself, just as importantly, creatively, to inspire, inform and delight, But because, of course, you're here to express yourself creatively, you're going to have a struggle with that because you're a Life Path 3. So you might struggle to even start creative ideas, but certainly to progress them, to finish them. And it's normally lack of self-belief, or thinking that if I carry on to the end, I might ruin it, or if I don't finish it, I won't fail. But it's really important that a 3 learns to start and execute and finish their creative projects and show them confidently. But like I said, this isn't going to be an easy thing for a life path 3. Your 9 motivation energy means that you love to express yourself creatively. Now, this is good, because whether it be verbal creativity, physical or artistic, depending on your creative medium, will depend on how you express yourself as a 3, because your motivation will drive you through the 3 energy. So support your life path 3 by answering your drive to express your creativity in whatever medium you decide, whatever medium generates passion for you, and persevere with those creative projects all the way to completion and expression. And don't let low confidence, naysayers, or that chimp within you that tells you you're not good enough to stop you. Give the chimp ego voice in your head a slap and flip his comments around, his or her comments around, and say, no, I am good enough. I am creative, and these ideas and my expression is amazing and good enough and should be shown to people. Very important. And it's a big thing for a thing to jump over, is that this confidence with expression to people. So the 9 motivation energy is going to be really useful when it comes to actually having that drive to want to express yourself creatively, verbally or artistically. So support your life path 3 by answering that drive to express your creativity and persevere with those creative projects all the way to the end, and then expressing that to your audience. That's how you walk in your path. You've got to learn to be dynamic. Take more risks when you're a 3, because you're very spontaneous, very creative and expressive. So that takes more risks, because you don't know how your audience or the people around you are going to always respond to what you create, to what you put out there. So you've got to have dynamism. You've got to be able to take risks, to be able to step out your comfort zone and be confident to enjoy the attention of limelight, or be able to bounce off any comments from people that aren't so positive, that are there to try and pull you down in some way. But you don't have to let that happen. But as a 3, you can be shy, underconfident, worried about people's opinions and responses, because you do absorb those opinions of others like a sponge, and it can really make you feel low. People can affect your emotions and you affect their emotions, and sometimes it can be very disruptive to your path as a 3, with the underconfidence and the worried about how people might respond or react to what you do creatively, making you not want to take risks. And that's what a 3 struggles with. Your 9 motivation energy means that you love to be adventurous, dynamic, confident, take risks. Often the 9 can take too many risks and do things. I know many people that have a 9 in their chart that push themselves to the point where I hide my head. Excuse me. A 9 will have no problem standing on a stage, drawing in an audience, and talk to people who are hanging on their every word. That is great, because it drives you, it pushes you to want to get out there and express your ideas to an audience, to the masses, and not allow shyness, underconfidence, or fear of risk to stop you. So support that life path 3 by following that soul urge 9 heart onto public spaces wherever you can, or even rooms full of people, or even small groups, however you can communicate. Find those people, communicate and teach your wisdom, and inspire and delight as many people as you can. You need to develop as an entrepreneur. You've got 2 very entrepreneurial numbers here. The life path 3 is here to develop as an entrepreneur, and the soul urge 9 wants to develop their passion into a business. So this is a potential motivated entrepreneur who has taken their creative passion and who is trying to market that passion as an entrepreneur in this world. So the 3 is here to learn to develop as an entrepreneur who is able to promote and network and make money creatively. But again, this is something they're here to develop, so it's not going to be something that a life path 3 is going to find easy. Again, they're going to procrastinate. They might be socially underconfident and even isolate themselves from others and struggle with the entrepreneurial skills, as they can be quite inconsistent with their work ethic and might procrastinate, struggle to stay focused at times. That can really get in the way of the life path 3 taking their entrepreneurial passion forwards. The soul urge number 9, however, means that you're driven to market, to promote your creative passions as that entrepreneur, which is amazing. Your soul urge 9 really can help you in this lifetime. You just got to answer that drive. So support your life path 3, answer your drive to be entrepreneurial, to take your passion, your creativity, and not just express it, but actually get it out there entrepreneurially, so that you can actually build some kind of business or even make a name for yourself with your creativity. Because, you know, things have got to change and we need those creative ideas to be expressed to as many people as possible. So, emotions. I'm going to have another swig before I start this, because this is a big thing for a life path 3. Very much about emotions and passion, because a 3 can express their emotions with extreme positivity and inspire everyone in the room. But at their worst, they can express their emotions they can express their emotions all right in a negative way, and to make everybody want to clear the room. So they need to learn to balance and express their emotions more positively, because the important thing about our emotions is knowing what makes us feel emotional and what our emotional triggers are. So with 3, it's important for you to, when you emotionally react to things, watch yourself do it and reassess and reflect. What made you express yourself emotionally like that? Was it that an insecurity was hit? Was it something made you angry? What was the trigger for that? Because even analysing and having the knowledge of that helps to start disrupting those negative triggers. And you can start to slowly take control of your emotional state and how to express those feelings of negativity, because you don't want to hold them in. Oh no, never hold in your emotions, but express those, what would be perceived as negative emotions, in a more balanced way, in a way that's more, say, critical but less hurtful. It's a hard thing to do. I know. I have 3 in my energy, and I'm a life path 7 as well, which is all about having huge emotions and learning to manage them. So I know all about this. So the 3, their emotions can be tumultuous. They can be sensitive to criticism from others, other people's emotions, and they can express their emotions negatively too. And one of the elements that they must develop to help them with every part of their life path is to channel their own emotions authentically and positively to others. And then that helps them then to not only control their emotions, but then control and raise the vibration of the emotions of everyone in the room. That is what the 3 is mostly all about. Even when it comes to their verbal and their creativity, it's all about generating an emotion that brings positivity and passion and happiness and joy. Your 9 motivation energy means that you're driven to push yourself to be powerful and passionate and emotionally expressive. So this combination is you want to be emotionally expressive. So, you know, your life path 3 makes you emotionally expressive, positive and negative, and your 3 soul urge makes you want to. So you can be a very emotional, expressive person, both positive and negative. But you may care a lot and too much, like the 3 does, about what others think and then react emotionally. So this part of your soul urge can be a bit tricky for your life path, simply because you're already a struggler with your emotions And then your soul urge drives you to express yourself emotionally. And soul urge number nines are not going to suffer fools gladly. So there may be times where your soul urge number 9 may drive you to react emotionally in a knee-jerk way. So it's extra important having this as a motivation number for you to be able to sit back, analyse your emotional reactions after they've happened, and in future be able to channel those emotions in a more authentic and positive way. So support your life path 3. Realise the emotional power that you possess, first of all, and analyse your behaviour, your triggers, to help you practice that balanced emotional expression that is authentic, because you don't want to be holding it in and being inauthentic, because all that does is fill up your emotional bag, and then that emotional bag bursts every so often, and then things come out inappropriately and things don't go well. You don't need validation from others. Your intuition is your validation. Keep that in mind. People can make comments, people can try and make you feel bad, or you might take people's comments the wrong way. But if you decide that validation from others is not a motivator for you, and you push those opinions away, sometimes even the positive ones too, because it's your intuition that should be your validation with everything you do. You're here to develop the habit of acting. Remember I said sometimes 3s can be a bit inconsistent in their work ethic. They can be a bit, they might work in fits and starts, like the tortoise and the hare. Well, the life path number 3 can be very much like the hare. They might sprint off like a lunatic, but then they'll stop for lots of food and rest and laying down and thinking they're okay. And then they're very inconsistent in the way they work, and sometimes they don't even run like the hare. So they need to develop that habit of taking action on a consistent basis, being a doer and an executor of ideas, rather than, being apathetic or lazy or lacking focus or direction, which a lot of life path 3s can struggle with, especially if they haven't found their creative focus or they haven't put the time into their creative passion. Your 9 motivation energy means that you're driven to be a thinker and a doer with an interest in worldly ideals and spiritual law. So it's a very good, it's likely that your ideas, that your action is going to be driven by your desire to make the world a better place, by your desire to follow spiritual ideals and spiritual wisdom, rather than just the ideas of this sometimes harsh world. If you believe in what you're doing as a soul urge 9, you're going to want to work hard and consistently to get the job done. So for you, it's very much finding that thing that gets you, and that's going to help you to work more consistently, more, because you just want to get into your creative stride and get the job done. It will be something that you love to do, and it will encourage you to act and work with more consistency. So support your life path 3, focus on action, execution, and getting that creative job done consistently, and loving every minute of the path that you're taking. You're here to learn to be social, talkative, the life of the party, the person who's happy to be the centre of attention, because remember, you're the creative expresser of ideas as a 3. So you've got to learn to be able to be the centre of attention, even to be able to stand up in front of people, audiences, stages, or even be the centre of attention with large or small groups, to network your ideas, communicate with people that you might not have communicated before, and create connections that could be lucrative for your business or your creativity expression. But of course, because you're here to be that social confident person, that networker, you're going to struggle with that. So many 3s, they can be quiet. They can struggle to speak in social situations and even avoid social and group situations, and have bouts of social anxiety that can really hold them back from walking the path that they're here to walk. But having a 9 motivation, again, is going to be useful here, because you choose to get out there and be social and communicate and influence others. That's what soul urge 9s love to do. They love to laugh. They want to be the life of the party. They're quite happy to have people listening to them, or for them to be centre of attention, or others following their example. They want to be influencers, and they want for people to listen to them or see them. They're driven to influence and inform others already. So this is really useful stuff to help drive your motivation levels as a 3 that might be a bit socially confident and struggle to get their voice out there. That motivation and drive is going to push you to take those steps. So support your life path 3 by perfecting your social skills. Feel more confident to network positively with compassion and tolerance. Communicate your emotional message more positively and confidently to others. Practice that. Do it as much as you can. And even if you feel that the ego within you is telling you're not good enough, push him aside, him or her, whatever that may be, push it aside and keep moving forwards. Because remember, this is a big challenge, and you're going to be faced with these challenges all your life as a life path 3. Okay, now this interdependence thing that I started on about earlier. 3s can be a bit dependent. They like to be supported so that they can express themselves when they feel like it, earn money when they feel like it, work when they feel like it. So it can very much make them very dependent at times, and they like to be looked after. And they're not very good. They can struggle with anything that needs work, or anything needing routine or commitment, which is what's needed with most jobs: routine, commitment to the hours. And the 3 can struggle with that. They kind of want to be a free spirit, and they can take quite a while to get into any work processes, if at all, really. They're much better as creative entrepreneurs when they can find their focus. So the 9 motivation energy means that you hate being dependent. So this is really going to help the 3 to push themselves more, because soul urge 9s don't like asking for help or taking things from other people. They hate being dependent or asking for anything from others, because it can make a motivated 9 feel quite weak. Their drive to protect and improve the well-being of others as a 9. You like to be the regal influencer. You like to be the one with all the answers to protect and improve the well-being of others. So you're not really down with being dependent on others. You want others to be more dependent on you, really. So your need, your passion to improve the well-being of others could balance your potential for dependency. Well, it will, because you're not going to want to be dependent on others, but you might be driven to help then too much and become too dominating. So it's about finding that balance of the two, so that you're interdependent, not too dominant, and not too the other way either, not too dependent and not too independent and pushing people away. So you may swing harshly from extreme independence, pushing people away, and sometimes dominance, towards total dependence and back again. So it's finding that balanced interdependence that's going to be really important for you. So to support that life path 3, focus on your own projects, execute some routine work, because even the most creative of environments need routine work to achieve progression. And create some interdependence in your life. First of all, some independence that can then to develop into interdependence towards giving and receiving in equal measure, which is real interdependence and not overdependence or overdependence. So, like I said, socially you're here to be the sunshine. You're here to be opportunistic, to see people maybe that you don't know and see that as an opportunity to make useful connections, snap up opportunities to spread the word and progress your ideas and your creative projects, because the 3 is all about networking and expressing your creative message and drawing people in. Again, having a 9 motivation energy means that you try to be courageous and influence others. It's something that you really want to do. So you want to get out there, you want to talk to people, you want to be powerful. You're driven to articulate ideas and wisdom and build rapport to enhance opportunities for you and others, because you want the well-being for others as well. So you can support that life path 3 by connecting with people and taking every opportunity to spread your message, to progress and network and make lucrative connections, because it's all going to link into your entrepreneurial passion and your creative development as a life path 3. You've got to learn though, because you're very spontaneous as a 3. You don't always think before you act. You're definitely not a planner. You're definitely a doer. So you've got to learn to take responsibility and listen to guidance, because sometimes the creative, spontaneous, fun-loving 3 can do things that are irresponsible and then think, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So 3s have got to learn to think before they act and take full responsibility for the actions that they do take, and develop that ability to just think, even if it's for a split second before you act, and consider the impact on whatever you're about to do on the well-being of others. Now, straight away, you're a soul urge 9. The well-being of others is top of your tree. So, and as a soul urge 9, you want to be ethical and responsible, and it's abhorrent for you to do things that are irresponsible, that hurt other people. You want to improve the well-being of other people. You want to be ethical, you want to be responsible, you're driven to leave a legacy of health and wellness. Okay, so answer that drive. So support that life path 3 by acting always with unwavering ethics and integrity and genuine care for others' well-being. Answer that drive to always be responsible and ethical. And you can use your intuition as the basis of your sense of responsibility. If you're not sure, if the world doesn't give you answers, it's always good to look inside and look at the intuition. In fact, I would put intuition first every time. Now, I hope you've really enjoyed my video today. Don't forget, I have 2 books on Amazon. One that tells you all about your life purpose. It breaks down your life path and your birthday number and shows you what you're here to achieve. And the other one, Remember Your Talents. That's all about how the life path number can be helped or hindered by your main talent number or your expression number. My 3rd book that shows how the life path is affected by the soul urge motivation number is on its way, but it isn't quite ready yet. But these 2 are available on Amazon. The links to them are in the description box, or you can just search on my weird name and they'll come up right at the top, because nobody else has that name, yours, do they? So it's quite good really, because it makes me come to the top of any search engine if you use my name, YOUERS. So if you like this video, please like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you'd like to learn more about numerology, I have some courses on Udemy, and I also do one-to-one numerology teaching, so contact me by email or on my social media. Email's the best actually, it's what I see the most frequently, but you can also contact me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter. You can request videos. I have quite a long list at the moment and I do take a long time to get them done, but I always get them done eventually. So if you'd like to request a video, please contact me either on my videos or send me an email. And if you'd like a reading, which is the most important thing that I do, again, send me an email or contact me through my Soul Explorer page on Facebook and we can connect. So as ever guys, I want you to trust the soul within you, because only you, your soul, knows what's best for you.